Hey guys, so here in my Cat 926M with my MetalPless MaxxPro. It is a 1224, so that means it is a 12-foot straight plow in the middle, and it has two 6-foot wings on either end. And I have to say I've got a good amount of hours on it now, and I am super impressed. And I've kind of learned really how to use the plow at this point, and to its full potential. And so really what this plow is all about is being more efficient and getting a better scrape, and that's what it's all about. Get your job done quicker, do more with less, things like that. So this whole video is going to be just a whole bunch of short segments of kind of like tips and tricks on how to use it. So if you own one, maybe you learn something, maybe you won't. If you guys have any tricks of your own that you own one, please feel free to share them in the comments. That way everybody can learn. Maybe I can learn something. And if you don't have one, but you want to kind of see what this thing can do, this is what you want to be watching. So the first thing is how you want to run it. And if you look at the ends of the two blades where they hinge, so right there, to run it when it's on the ground, those want to be straight up and down, kind of like that. So that, to me, takes a little bit to get used to, but a good way, a tip and a trick to do, is I use the kickouts on the loader, and this machine's really nice. You can set the kickouts, and what I mean by that is, so say you tip, think you have the bucket on, you click the joystick all the way to the left, it automatically stops, and then if you go all the way down on the joystick, it automatically stops at a certain point. So what I did is right there is perfect. I know that because I got out of the machine multiple times and checked it. So it's a real easy way for me to set the plow, especially after a long day of working or night, you're tired, and it's just a quick, easy way. Boom, it's down, every single time. It's perfect. So if your loader has that option, it's definitely nice to use. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of questions on if you can run it with the sides all the way forward like this, and you can. I don't like to, because basically how the MetalPless works is that the wings support the live edge, which is in the middle. So that's the part that's on the springs and moves up and down and gets that really good scrape. So the whole weight of the plow rests on the wings. So if you have the wings all the way forward or all the way back, it doesn't really support. Like if I go all the way back and you go down, you can depress those springs all the way, and then you'll actually push the wings, corners of the wings down into the asphalt, and you get some grooves. I've done it before, so you don't want to do that. So it works a little bit better going forwards, or with the wings forwards and backwards, but always you want to try and even just a very slight angle is fine. Even something like that'll work just fine. Just pretty much not straight or forward. And the other thing is about that is if you hit anything, everything kicks back. So if they're completely straight forward or straight back, you're kind of taking away that kicking action. So you're more apt to possibly break something. So another question I get is, do I use the plow in float? And the answer is no. The plow naturally has, well, not naturally, but it's built in So another question I get is, do I use the blade in float? And the answer is no. The blade has a sort of a float built in, where it allows the blade to move independently from the loader or whatever else it's hooked up to. So I will show you. If you put it in flow, so if you put it down, so that's like optimal angle. So if you put it in float, this actually sinks. See, so then it angles back, and that's what you don't want. So you actually want to set it down. That's why I use those presets that I talked about. You want to set it down, and right in that little spot right there, it's actually not hitting anything. Show you from the outside. It's just moving in those slots, and it's allowing the blade to go up and down independently from the loader. Alright, so here is another little tip trick. It's you've seen this in some of the other videos. You can really reach in, and this is obviously going to depend on what size blade you get. You can really reach into parking spots like this. You can get real close, cat it hard, and if you're about to hit, you just suck the wing in, and then you can go right around. You can get real close to curbs, so you can go in and out real easy, which is nice. It eliminates, this storm isn't over yet, but at the end of the storm, I take a little bit more time, go a little bit slower, get right in there, and that's less like cut work for the corners for maybe a skid steer or going back and back dragging. Alright, I'm going to show you how I clean up against curbs with the MetalPless here. So I have it completely angled away from the curb, the main part of the plow. I have the right hand side, which if you can't see, you will in a second, angled in, so it's kicking everything away from the curb, and it's getting caught over on that side, and I'm controlling the left hand side to get it in close. So pretty much get it with very little going back on the curb. Alright, so here's another one. Like here, I have an extremely long push. It's just where all the snow has to get piled. So a lot of times with a conventional pusher, it'll spill out the sides, and then you have to go back over spots that you've already plowed. So here, I'm going to just give this a slight pitch to the right and suck this one in a little bit. I'm still almost getting a full push, but what this is going to do is it's going to collect most of it and bring it with me, but it's not going to let anything come out that left-hand side, so it only comes out on the right. As I work across the parking lot, I'm not going to have to go back over any areas. So that's the thing that's great about this blade, is that it's all about controlling the snow and eliminating passes going over things. So you can see there, we'll see, I brought pretty much all the snow. You'll see as I back up, nothing came out that left-hand side. A little bit came out on the right. I mean, we're only dealing with an inch of snow here, but it pretty much works with everything. Even like if you have a slush or anything, you can do this. It works real well. If you've ever pushed slush before, you know it is a pain in the butt, and it just slides out from everywhere. So this will work the same way with that. So same one, just I'm getting a full size push, but nothing's coming out the left hand side there.